Positive 5 10 with a quick review of Skate Story. Honestly, I think it does away with what has become the stock standard for doing tricks on skate games, which is to use the right stick. So this is a PS5 review, obviously a PlayStation Plus thing, and using an analog controller. And doing tricks with the right hand stick has been a staple of skateboarding games. It's become the dominant way to do it. But not here. Here it's you hold L1 for one trick, R1 for the heel flip with the L1, kick flip with the R1, and then your tricks on L1. You just hold them down and then you press. You can do the trick well, but you can't fail it and stack. You're a glass character, so if you fail a trick and you fell, I understand. You fall to glass, but it doesn't. It's not as good. It's simply not as good. And it's very restrictive, very boring with that. But it's got all the other stuff. It's got spinning and all that. And manuals are ridiculously easy, but the scoring doesn't matter. You could score 50,000 points in the first bit of a boss fight and do 1 bar of damage, and then you do one single trick and you do another 1 bar of damage. It's just... yeah, it doesn't reward you for actually putting in effort. So it's very strangely balanced, and it's not like the many boss fights in the not that interesting. It's all just jumping. You're just constantly ollieing over little flame trails, and then trying to go fast. You just double click X, and then the camera is horrifically bad. And yeah, I mean the camera is just absolutely diabolical. I changed the settings so it doesn't always track, and then I got it as far back as you can get it. But it's still just... it's just not... why are the fundamentals of skate better than this version? This is one of the weird things. It's like... and before you say, oh, it's similar to the old Tony Hawk games, no, their tricks are very differently designed. And honestly more enjoyable. This is just... but then here, the tricks don't matter, but then they want to make you feel like it matters. In so many stages, you don't have to do anything. You can just go right through it. You don't have to... like, there's a grind one. I'll show you a clip. And, yeah. It's just... it's just pointless. You have a grind stage and you don't have to grind. And then that really says a lot about the game, honestly. And the vibe, there's a vibe, there's music. You can't really hear it over your grinding of the skateboard stuff. You maybe turn that down in sound effects, and then surely they isolate the sound effect. Yeah, it's just SFX. I assume it would be everything. They should have a separate audio for the grinding of your skateboard. It's just as you're turning and using it. The skateboard sound. One of the big reasons why there was a skate culture and there was a anti-skate culture, people not liking it and it being, oh, we're being rebels because we're skateboarding, because they're loud and annoying. And it's like, it's cool, you can do tricks and ride or whatever, but like, they're loud on the footpath. Bloody shocking. It's not good to hear, honestly. Apart from that, click, click, click when you're going over, tiled street paths and sort of whatever. That's okay, but it's like, in this game, it's a bit excessive. And there's no setting to just use the right stick to do tricks, which is like, yeah. So it feels like it's archaic in an annoying way and a meaningless way. So, yeah, so many stages, though, you're just flying through it. Is the story any good? No. It makes sense in the grand scheme of things. It's very slow to start. I think describing it as a slow game is, yeah. Yeah, some stages you fly through them in 2 seconds, and some in half a sec, but the actual dialogue, delivery, it's all very slow. There's no voice acting, which I criticize indie games, if they have bad voice acting, and then ones where it's like, oh, they actually got some people talking, and yeah, it's a bit off here, maybe it's okay. You can be forgiving when it's, whatever, mildly competent voice acting, depending on budget, to be realistic, but yeah, just no voice acting. which this game needed it. I feel like this game was absolutely needed the voice acting. Hugely. A kind of an opposite situation to a Biomutant, which had voice acting that was just totally... It wasn't well designed. It's one of the weakest parts of the game. The actual gameplay was fine, for the most part. The way your character looked disgusting. But the actual fighting and stuff was good. But yeah, that was one of those ones where you had to change the language to be somewhat bearable and then minimize it as much as possible. But even then, it was still a bit too much. But here, this game could have used some voice acting. And it's a, Sony supported thing. It's on PlayStation Plus at release. Surely they could have got someone. I don't know. It's a bit of a melancholy of going through hell. But how your ankles survive, your glass ankles survive every trick and every bad landing. But it's really just there's no punishment for failing tricks. You can't stack. Unless you hit an object. So there's no executing the trick perfectly so you don't crash. It's too forgiving for that, and then it breaks. And I feel like that breaks the fundamental of skateboarding games, that you need to be punished for not being able to execute tricks properly. And if not, then it's just whatever. And the fact that you don't even need to for the boss fights, it doesn't even matter. You can do a trick badly and then stomp it and knock a bar down. It's like, what's the point? And it's just meandering, and it feels like missed opportunity with the voice acting helping a lot to carry things. The music, you can't hear it over the sound of you grinding, but then when you do, it's okay. So maybe they think the music's one of the stronger aspects. I think some of the tunes are alright. So I would love an option to specifically drown out the sound of the skateboard, be able to hear everything else, maybe, or just that's full all SFX. So it's like, but yeah, I think Skate Story free on PlayStation Plus to check out if you've got that, of course. Slow start, slow burn, and I'm falling asleep playing it, so yeah, I'm not going to play it no more. Tell me what you think. It's been a quick review of Skate Story by Frosty510. Agree or disagree in the comments. Tell me what you think. And I just think it's reductive, and not in the fun way. Just in the your own L1, R1 tricks. You just do one each at a time and whatever. But then it doesn't even matter. So why they didn't try and emulate the normal skateboarding new meta, well, not even new meta, old meta of using the right stick to do tricks, I don't know. They didn't have the technical expertise. It's so much better doing tricks on the right analog stick. So much better. It's a whole world of better. And the fact you can actually stuff them up. This makes Skate look like a really good game in comparison. Just the fundamentals. And they had voice acting. Alright. Catch you later.